Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news Cartridge for Friday, June 8th, 2018. Today is the last show before E3 begins on Sunday, and after that I'll be taking a 2-week break, with episodes resuming on Monday, July 2nd. Wow, that seems like it's far away. Timestamps and reference links for all stories today can be found down in the description. And before we get started, it's time for this week's Steam Code giveaway, and this week it goes to Samuel Kennedy for pointing out that Hunt Down the Freeman actually did something right. Without the game being as terrible as it was, he would have never found my channel. I really like to hear how people found me, and just for that, how about you have a code for Bear With Me Collector's Edition? Be sure to check your YouTube messages. Today we have the third day of Valve news in a row, and instead of removing games from their platform, they have sent a cease and desist letter to OPSkins. Yes, we are going to talk about CSGO skin gambling because this is huge. I had talked about OPSkins on my show here roughly 2 years ago when skin gambling started to gain the attention of mainstream media and government regulators. If you're not familiar with them, they're actually not a skin gambling site at all, but rather a skin trading site, also known as a cash-out site. The current maximum value you may sell any particular item on Steam for is $1,800 US, but there have been stories of CSGO skins worth more than $5,000 US, and that is only possible through sites like OPSkins, and it just so happens to be the largest one. Here is the letter sent via Twitter DM for some unknown forsaken reason, and Valve has made two demands. 1. Immediately cease use of all Valve intellectual property, including trademarks, gun models, and images from the game CSGO in OPSkins Express Trade. We'll get to what that is in a minute, and any promotions for OPSkins in any media. And 2. No later than June 21st, 2018, cease the use of Valve intellectual property, including trademarks, gun models, and images from the game CSGO on any OPSkins property or media. They go on to say OPSkins is using Steam accounts for commercial purposes in violation of the Steam subscriber agreement. Valve will disable OPSkins Steam accounts associated with trade on Steam by June 21st, 2018. I did check out the name of the person who sent this message, and it is indeed a lawyer hired by Valve. What this means is if you have property on OPSkins and you're still able to withdraw it to your Steam account, then pause this video and do it right fucking now, because you won't be able to do it in 2 weeks. Alright, so let's go back to OPSkins Express Trade, which is technology developed by OPSkins to make it easier and more secure to facilitate transfer of items from one account to another. Back in March, Valve had implemented a 7-day waiting period on newly traded items in order to try to deter people from gambling with their Steam inventory, and OPSkins Express Mode is technology that will get around this waiting period. So not only were they in violation of circumventing this new policy, the very thing that they were doing in the first place is against Valve's terms of service, because you cannot cash out your Steam inventory for real-world currency, only Steam wallet cash. The uproar this has caused is a little bit disheartening to somebody like me. I've seen a lot of people condemning Valve for this action, pointing out this will cripple the value of items on their marketplace, and in that instance, they are correct. There are other cash-out sites available, but it will take some time before another one is trustworthy and established enough to resume the volume of OPSkins. During that time, the value of items from CSGO, PUBG, TF2, and Dota are all going to plummet, and I would expect all items across the entire marketplace to decrease in value because some people are going to cash out of gambling completely to get what money they can, even if it's Steam wallet currency. If you have any thoughts that you would like to share or add to this, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below. So I've got a little addition to this story. There is an update, but I didn't have time to write it. I will be covering it in the bonus show, so please be sure to tune in if you want to see that. Next up in release announcements, we have the reveal of Dead or Alive 6 from Koei Tecmo, and no release window was mentioned. Then we have a leak through Steam of all places for Just Cause 4. An advertisement appeared asking people to pre-order it, and it has not been revealed yet. It too has no release date. A really fun co-op game called Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes is coming to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch sometime during the summer. Finally, we have a delay of new Gundam Breaking for PC, but good news for PS4 gamers because its launch is still on time for June 22nd. I've got some mod news for you, and it's a release, so I guess I lied a little bit, but the mod tools are now out for Final Fantasy 15, and I expect more Shreks, more Thomas the Tank Engines, more Woody from Toy Story, and of course, more Nick Cage. Moving on to the more in-depth stories for today, movie director J.J. Abrams has decided to get into the video game industry by having created a studio under his production company called Bad Robot. I think that is a great name for a developer. And though they're technically an indie dev, they say that they will be producing large-scale projects for major outlets like PC, console, and mobile platforms. I say technically because Bad Robot has partnered with Chinese super mega corporation Tencent. For more on this new developer, Bad Robot, stay tuned to News Cartridge. And then here we have a quick one before the final topic this week, with New Jersey, a state in my country, banning esports betting through a state bill that was edited within the last 3 weeks. You may recall, last month the United States government repealed the ban of sports betting, and this includes esports. There is still some dispute though, due to the language being edited so soon. I'm gonna have to keep my eye on this one, and I'll get back to you if there's an update. Finally for the week, and actually for this season, let's talk about the U.S. Commission on School Safety, led by none other than Betsy DeVos. When she was asked if her commission would be looking into the role of firearms and how it relates to gun violence, and I just want to make this extremely clear. She was asked, how do firearms relate to gun violence? And she replied, that is not part of this commission's charge, per se. A senator had questioned her, saying, so you're studying gun violence, but not considering the role of guns. Ms. DeVos replied they would be considering school safety and ensuring their kids are safe at school. Instead of investigating firearms, she has turned her sights on violent video games and movies. Remember how tragic it was the last time students came to school armed with video games and movies and terrorized their fellow classmates? She says the study will conclude by the end of the year, even though studies like this have already been done and found to not be conclusive. Once again, it's time for Monday's game releases, because I'm off for the next one day, because E3 begins on Sunday. For PC, Gnome's Garden, Lost King, The Last Front, Crossing Man, and Orb Labs, Inc. For Nintendo Switch, Jolt Family, Robot Racer. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you on Sunday. And people say I'm addicted to brake fluid, but I can stop whenever I want. I'm also really gassy, but I don't think that has anything to do with it. Click up here to watch the bonus episode for today's show. Click down here to watch yesterday's episode, which was about Valve removing AIDS Simulator from their storefront, thankfully. And click over here to subscribe to my wonderful, wonderful channel. Thank you. See you at E3. Bye-bye.